Wow, what's happening with the government these days? They seem to be a bunch of liars. Our government are a bunch of liars. And of course, if the government don't like you criticising them, they'll throw you in jail. A little bit like the Silver Fox, the guy that does the hot takes. He was thrown in prison, thrown into the cells a couple of days back for putting out a post that a single person didn't like. Yeah, so he spent the whole evening and early morning inside a jail cell because someone didn't like what he said on the internet. Now, people come to his site to see what he's got to say. He doesn't invite them in, they just come to his channel. And of course, if they don't like it, up in Scotland, I suppose, you can put across anything that you find offensive and the police will have to come and arrest you because single person took offence. And as Anne Widdecombe says, you don't have the right not to be offended by everybody. Yeah, everybody's getting offended and now they think that's illegal. Well, it ain't true, is it? So we've got Sir Two-Tier Kia, who said that if I get charged with a crime over COVID, I'll resign. Well, he's been caught out, hasn't he, with his vocal tutor who came to his, well, probably Lord Ali's apartment, I suppose. Yeah. Then we've got Rachel Reeves. She wasn't in a financial position at Barclays, was she? She wasn't even in accounts at Barclays. She was in the complaints department. Yet she claimed that she was in the accounts. So it's there as another liar. Now we've got this Angela Rayner who said, we're going to build 1 million houses. Well, have you seen any of those houses? It's 850 houses a day she was going to build. And have you seen any houses go up? I haven't. I've been away at sea, but driving around, I've not seen any new builds go up anywhere. So how she's getting these 850 houses, I don't know. And who is going to be in them? Yeah, it won't be our homeless or the homeless veterans that we have, or anybody that's real needy. No, yeah, you know who's going to go in there, don't you? Yeah, so do I. And then we've got Jess Phillips, who said that she was a spokesperson for victims of the grooming gangs. Well, apparently she's never met a victim of the grooming gangs, so she lied there. Now we've got David Lammy, who says that he's Jamaican. Why are we having a foreign national in our government who has no intention of looking after the UK at all, has he? No, he said he wants to give trillions of our pounds, not millions, not billions, but trillions of our money to the Jamaicans. He's not even Jamaican, he's African, isn't he? He come from Lagos or something like that. Can't remember where he said he was, but it certainly wasn't British and it certainly wasn't Jamaican. So he's lied there. And this money that he wants to give is for reparations. Well, I'll tell you something about our history. We paid something like 40% of our gross GDP towards freeing all the slaves in the British Empire. Yeah, so we spent millions paying for the slaves to be freed. And it took us from 1833, I think it was, until 2015 to pay the debt back. That's a long time, isn't it? 175 years of paying back the debt to free the slaves. And they want us to pay more. They should be paying us money for freeing the slaves in the British Empire. And of course, we did go to war with America, didn't we, over the slaves? That was a civil war. Sorry, I'm getting my history mixed up there. That was a civil war that America had over freeing the slaves. And that was another one where the former slaves should really be paying back the Americans for freeing them in America. But no, we won't have that. We haven't had reparation, have we? For when the Romans came and took over the United Kingdom and made all of us slaves. Yeah, but what did the Romans ever do for us? Okay, medication, roads, wine, toilet system, irrigation. Yeah, they haven't done a lot for us, have they, really? Anyway, so that's me rambled on, ranted on about the state of our British politics, and it is getting to a point now where these career criminals that were being released from jail are going back and there was one case I heard the other day of a guy who had been put in prison for beating up his wife or girlfriend. Anyway, he's murdered her now. Because he was released early back into society, he actually went and killed his ex-wife or girlfriend or wherever it was. That ain't funny, is it? So Keir Starmer's got a lot to answer for there. I think it would do him good to spend a couple of years in prison for his lying. And of course, Keir Starmer's just spent a record £700,000 on flights in the last 7 months of his premiership. That's more than Rishi Sunak, isn't it? And Rachel, what was her name? The Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak put together. That's more money on travel in those first 7 months than the 3 prime ministers before him. It's getting ridiculous. We've got to get the Labour Party out. They're just destroying the UK. So we've got traitors in the Parliament now. This David Lammy, he should be fighting for our cause, not trying to fight us, the British people, and destroy our way of life. I just get so angry with this lot. And of course we've got the BBC who are on the mouthpiece for the Labour Party, aren't they? Yeah, whatever the Labour Party say, the BBC, oh yeah, that's a good idea. You know, like this net zero, like this. We've got Ed Miliband who thinks that, heat pumps, thing of the future. Now he's saying heat pumps are too expensive to run. That's right, because they run on electricity. So, and of course, you have to have the electrics running all the time on a heat pump. It's like having a giant fridge in your house, except it's on the outside of your house. It's taking the heat from the garden and poking it inside the house, like your fridge does in reverse. That's why the inside of your fridge is cold and the outside is hot. That's what happens with the heat pump. It takes the hot. Yeah, okay, it doesn't feel very hot, but there is some heat there because it's well above absolute zero, isn't it? So it's taking some heat out of the garden and poking it inside, and it comes at an expensive cost. Now, years ago, I had some blurb come through about having a heat pump installed because I was one of those people who thought that we were having a climate crisis. That's why I got solar panels, and then done a little bit more research, and then my eyes started to become open. And this green agenda isn't green at all. It's about money, paying MPs who've got their finger on the pulse. This Ed Miliband has got his fingers in lots of different pies, and he's being paid as an advisor, a climate advisor, to lots of these companies who are going hell for leather. For what? We can't control the climate. The climate's being driven by the sun and water vapour. This CO2 lark that we've got, I don't know. Anyway, so before I get demonetised, I better stop there. Anyway, I'll catch you all on the next one. See you then. Bye bye.